The idea of insurance could be boring.
When you really care about something, when it becomes passionate for you, it has nothing to do with what you're doing and everything to do with what you can bring to it and become that artist.
And you're intentionally saying, we know this is tough, but we're going to walk you through each one. It's a hand-holding thing.
But equally as important here, you got to be comfortable with the people you're doing business with.
It definitely feels better working with someone that explains it in layman's terms.
This insurance agency, the insurance artist, first and foremost, holding the camera, has nothing to do with Bob Ross.
Hey there, my little biz besties. Welcome back to In Good Company, where real entrepreneurs share real growth stories. Thanks for liking and subscribing to my channel. Let's get into it.
The idea of insurance could be boring.
Yes.
But what you do as an insurance guy, artist, if you will, is not boring. In any sense of the word. You are always incredibly color coordinated. Which
Thank you.
I love.
Appreciate that.
That's so artistic of you.
Yes.
Is that intentional?
Well, it absolutely is.
Of course it is.
I think often back to the old movie, The Birdcage. I loved that movie growing up. You ever watch The Birdcage?
Yes, so long ago, though.
Like the Fosse eclectic celebration of a dance, but you keep it all inside. And there was this other Nathan Lane quote in there where he shows up and he's trying to act heterosexual. And then he sits down and he's like, and then he's like, and he has pink socks on.
Yeah.
And his quote is, well, one does want a hint of color.
That's you.
Often think of that. Look, insurance is not fun. Insurance is not sexy. I've said that for a very long time. Nobody wants to talk insurance.
Yeah.
Nobody likes the idea of having to pay for something that you don't see. It's an intangible. You sign a little contract and you continue to give money and hope, by the way, that you don't have an accident.
Yeah. In any sense. Yeah.
Anything that I can do to color this thing up. Now, on a personal note, I have struggled for years with pretty serious depression issues, and I've recognized that and have become more open about that lately. But really, in part because of this agency that we've created, this insurance agency, the insurance artist, first and foremost, holding the camera, has nothing to do with Bob Ross. Although the palette and the art, like, fine. When I created the thing, I wasn't even thinking about.
Really?
No. Listen, two main reasons that I call ourselves insurance artists. Number one, there's a chapter in a Seth Godin book, Linchpin, and it talks about being an artist of your craft.
Okay.
When you really dive into something, when you really care about something, when it becomes passionate for you, you see this all the time in many, many different industries.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with what you're doing and everything to do with what you can bring to it and become that artist. And we've recognized that in insurance, as a broker of sorts, we shop all of your policies.
Yeah.
There are so many different companies with so many different appetites. So you really do have to become an artist of, like, I'm going to put you here. I'm going to put you here. And you know what? In 3 years, when your young driver becomes an older driver, we're going to move you over there. There's an art to that.
Right.
More importantly, I chose the insurance artist because of my dad. My dad, George Jr., is a longtime restaurateur. He was the general manager of Arby's for 40 years, put us through Catholic school. Arby's, 3 stores that he's
kept him alive,
managed, and then just became the regional director of. He's just fantastic man, and he challenged. I'm not going to make the long story longer, but he challenged a local reporter, Bob Hill, of the Courier Journal back in the late 80s, because there was an article that Bob wrote and said these people don't do anything and really don't contribute to society. Now, it wasn't that awful, but he was poking fun. And Dad wrote him a letter and said, I want you to come out here. So Bob came out and spent the day and wrote an article, interviewed my dad. And my dad said the same thing about what he was doing. And that what you do, when you do it well and you do it with passion, you become an artist. And I remember actually semi sort of kind of being made fun of by a couple of my friends, like, oh, your dad said he's an artist, he works at Arby's. And I'm like, all right, whatever, I don't know what any of this means. I'm in 7th grade, and I think she just looked at me the wrong way.
Everything's embarrassing anyways. Yeah. Doesn't really matter what anyone says. I'm already embarrassed. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, there's, and, but again, the colors and the opportunity to explore the Bob Ross stuff. I did a commercial where I was dressed up as Bob Ross, whatever.
Awesome.
I mean, for heaven's sake, folks, if you don't like Bob Ross.
What are you doing?
I mean, come on.
How can you not?
He's just a nice, gentle soul.
Yeah.
I have left him on, there's like a Bob Ross channel, and I've left him on TV for my dogs when I leave. Because it's
Do you always leave TV on?
Absolutely. Now, I've recently found they have, there's a YouTube channel
for dogs
that has different colors for dogs. And I was like, I don't think this is going to work. I swear within a minute of us turning it on, Nala and Georgia both, our golden retrievers, were like, and
really?
So we leave that on now.
Yeah. I love that though. My husband also thinks that we should leave the TV on for the dogs. And I'm always like, they don't care.
Dogs just want to be comfortable. They want to be loved. They want to be, close.
Yeah.
And if it gives them some confidence that they're not alone,
they're going to be okay.
My youngest, Georgia, she's 1.5, I think.
Gosh, really already?
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
I know.
That's crazy.
She's just a really, I think, gentle and shy, nervous soul. So having the TV on just makes great sense.
A little bit of Bob Ross. I loved your commercial you did.
Well, thank you. I didn't, one of the things that I struggle with.
If you hit it, it's okay. It does not come through.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, good.
You're good.
One of the things that I forget what were we talking about now.
With the commercial.
The commercial.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
One of the things that I've really enjoyed about what I was talking about earlier with Bob Ross is just that you have that kindness about you, and just of course, nature. And I've got a nice little pet menagerie outside of my office.
You do have a whole thing.
Oh, it's fabulous. I've counted it 1.14 squirrels. I have 2 sets of blue jays, 2 sets of cardinals.
How can you say 1.14?
14. I've counted 14 at one time.
At one time?
Yeah. So, I mean, there may be, 20, 25-ish. I don't know. But like 14 at one time. Sure. Look, you got to have a lot of stuff out there.
Yeah.
I've had some deer. We're in Floyd's Knobs. And so it's nice to, have some nature stuff. We have, this time of year, we have wild turkey.
Really?
Coming out, sure.
Wow.
Certainly a lot of deer, which is always fun.
Are you still working at your house?
Yes, primarily working out of the house. Like I never thought I would be a work from home dude.
And here you are.
I was in government for about 15 years, and
the opposite of working from home. If there could be an opposite.
Like I was in suits. I was, there were like, you weren't. Like it was professional of professional. And again with Dad, with his work, that's what I saw as well. I mean, you
put on your uniform.
You watch and you go out, and then you come home and you chill. COVID just changed everything for us, and it changed a lot in our industry. Really, there was no difference in what I was doing before COVID and after COVID. It's just that I wasn't going to an office to do it,
which actually changed everything.
Yeah, it absolutely did. I mean, honestly, it's really chilled me out, to be frank. Gosh, windshield time. I hate traffic.
Do you see your cup says love you?
Mm-hmm.
That's from Quills?
Yes. No, I wanted to do this because I'm sure that there were at least 4 people that were going to watch this podcast, all 4 of my kids.
Oh,
so I have.
You think your kids will watch this?
I think they will, yes.
Nice.
I have Hi Charlie and Hi Hannah.
Oh, that was intentional. That's so cute.
And then love you, Robbie and Jonah, because I was supposed to do that for the girls and forgot. And so I thought I'd embarrass them.
Oh, you did it.
I did it. Yeah, I went to Quills, and then I was like, may I have your Sharpie, please?
You were that guy. I was thinking someone has a crush on you over there.
No.
That's so cool.
That's all
I like Quills. So is another local business here.
Quills is a family-run business. Nathan Quilio is the owner. Fantastic group, and they have continued to expand their operations.
Love it.
And I think have also found, there was a fantastic book about Starbucks and talking about really them creating that
the brand
like coffee.
And
the idea was behind Starbucks was that they create that third place of work, home.
Yeah.
And for a lot of people, that's what you would do. You go to work and then you go home.
That's what you do.
They were looking for that third place that people could meet for coffee. And so many, I think all of us are just so used to saying that. Oh, yeah, let's go meet for a cup of coffee. Like that was kind of a Starbucks thing.
That's the thing.
Quills has done so well at that. Yeah. And they've, just that local.
Very
local
cozy.
Feel. I love it.
Yeah. Did you bring me something?
I did. Spoiler alert. This is called Nostalgia from Kenya. In Quills, they do just a lot of great stuff. You're very
summer
welcome.
Blend.
Enjoy. Yes,
the flavor notes.
I don't know.
Jammy. It says jammy. What does that mean?
We were all.
That's so fun.
We were talking about coffee earlier. I don't know that I could taste the difference between.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
They do smell a little different to me.
Okay. I do put a lot of stuff in my coffee, though. You said you just drink black coffee. I used to think that was an old man thing.
Definitely.
Sorry.
Oh, no, absolutely. I know.
Yeah.
Again, I just kind of found it lazy.
I just thought it was hardcore.
What do you put in your coffee?
Really? You want to know?
Sure.
Okay. So I start with protein shake. That's what I start with.
Like stuff that you put into your coffee?
Like I start with that. I mix it up. I put it in the coffee. And then I put 8 ounces of water. So that's 8 ounces already. And then I put, whatever so I told you we have the bean situation. So whatever he makes, I pour. Bougie. It is. It even looks industrial, which just adds to the bougie factor because we're just regular people with this industrial looking machine. And it's so pretentious.
Like a water spout thing.
I pour it like this. Oh. It does have a water spout. Always.
It's another birdcage equipment.
Yes, that's why I thought you'd enjoy that. We're classy in our house, so I pour about 4 to 6 ounces of that, and then like a little splash of some kind of creamer. A little splash of flavored creamer.
When you leave the house you go to a Quills or a Starbucks or wherever, what do you get?
Well, first off, I never leave my house.
Okay.
Except for.
Yeah.
When I leave, I panic.
Mm-hmm.
If I do actually travel a lot. I shouldn't say I don't leave the house. When I travel, it's a lot of anxiety.
Yeah.
Especially when we're at an Airbnb that is remote. We did some traveling. We went to...
I saw that. You went out Southwest.
Yes.
Yeah, that looked awesome.
The Grand Canyon is beautiful, but there's no, Starbucks.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we have black coffee.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a lot of panic. There was a lot of, what am I going to do? Oh, I'm just not going to drink it and then be miserable.
Well, good for you for traveling with your kids. And, so much of what we do with our kids selfishly has nothing to do with our kids and everything to do with us.
100%.
I'm a huge Disney parent.
Yeah?
More than just spoiling my kids. I think that's what most people would know. Like, oh, you're just a Disney parent. I'm like, well, thank you.
Yeah, but what does that mean for you?
Meaning that, we go to Disney all the time.
Oh, you do? Okay, you go to the place.
Very, very standard.
Okay.
Yes, Disney. We love Disney. Now, I love the culture of Disney. I know you've been a part of our BNI meetings where I do our Disney day, and I make everyone Disney characters and all that stuff. It's a fantastic business model, fantastic culture.
Always clean.
Yes, and that's the client experience is just so important.
Yeah.
And you have to be memorable, and certainly when it comes to theme parks and asking people to spend that much money,
how do you stand out?
Time. Mm-hmm. So yes, we go to Disney all the time.
Do you have a favorite? There's so many different options for just saying you go to Disney.
I mean, you give me a category and I'll give you a top 5. Because we do
Land or World? Have you been to both?
I've not been to Disneyland.
Okay.
I've been to Phoenix. Lauren, my wife, has some family out in Phoenix, but I've not been to California at all. I know.
Really?
I know. And Nikki says that all the time, and I think she just went out there for a while and had wine or whatever. All right, Nikki.
That's what you do, though, when you go there.
I know, and that's what I would do if I went there, but I've not gone.
Maybe you're just jealous.
Totally jealous. But it is. It's important, anyway, back to kids, and they're important for them, certainly, but it's equally as important for you to have those memories, emotions, and the ability to really help govern them in different scenarios.
Oh, yeah.
I've got kids, obviously, but from 25 down to 10, Hannah, my oldest,
gap.
and Charlie Rose, my youngest. And with Hannah, and now with Robbie, who just turned 18, I've started to have conversations with him about very purposefully making, sometimes we beat around the bush with stuff. And again, in politics, I was in government politics, I always had to say things 10 different ways and make sure everybody listening. Nobody listened anyway. And so, but sometimes you just have to be very direct. And with Hannah and Robbie both, and I, encourage, I just think it's a really good way to communicate. It's just be like, look, we're changing seasons in our lives. I'm so much less of your drill sergeant and your captain, and I'm now turning into a role of your board of directors. People that are here to advise you, people that are here to still participate in all of those things happening, but also still a little bit of accountability. So I know that's been wonderful with Hannah and with Robbie, but being able to see them in those different seasons and
nice.
not saying, well, okay, I'm not going to do that with them yet because they're just too young, or Jonah and Robbie, who are 15 and 18 now, they're too old for Disney. No way, man. We were just there 9 months ago. Come on, there's just so many different things to do at Disney with.
No, I love that you say board of directors because when they're younger, it's different seasons, like you just said. Instead of shying away from, well, I'm changing jobs, but everything's fine, you're saying, being direct and saying, the season is one thing, but what's best for me and best for our family is I'm going to do this thing. Because I'm sure when you shifted from suits to
this at most,
what would you call that?
I'm kind of dressed up, but I'm not wearing a belt.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't going to say anything. I was like, he's kind of slacking today. Is he okay?
Yeah, no, I think he's okay.
Just being direct about the change and not beating around the bush and not feeling like you have to protect their feelings when you are changing something for the good.
I have to figure out how I stay relevant in these people's lives.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, and I had not intended to talk about this, so I apologize. I just got a little emotional, but I thought I used to do an all pro dads thing, which was fantastic, where we go into schools and we have breakfast and talk about other, leadership type stuff with all of our kids. Cool. Used to do that. And when I was doing the presentations, it finally hit me what am I living for? What's my goal? If I had to summarize my ultimate goal long term, what would that look like? And look, I don't get introspective much. I'm not one of those dudes just
I'm shocked to hear you say that, honestly.
No, all right, I'm too busy living and too busy, again, with 4 kids and work and all this
lot
stuff,
of moving
doing
parts.
podcasts all the time. And,
I hope you do podcasts all the time.
This honestly hasn't been too bad yet.
You haven't died yet. You're okay. We're okay.
I came up with the goal to figure out how to stay relevant in the people's lives that I care about for the rest of my life. Never let what Travis Tritt would call foolish pride get in the way of picking up the phone and talking to somebody just because they perhaps haven't reached out to you. When my kids are 40 and I'm 70 plus, they're going to be busy doing this stuff.
They're in the grind.
Are they going to think about all the time calling me as much as I'm thinking about calling them?
Right.
No.
Probably not.
And so, don't take that personally. Other people are in different seasons and doing different things.
Yeah.
So you have to do what you want to do for the people that you really care about, whether it's whether you feel like it's, they should be reaching out to me. Come on.
We can both reach out.
Yes.
And so you're very intentionally deciding what you're putting your energy into.
And it's a nice, helpful reminder on a daily. I had a lot of fun this morning. I lifted weights with Logan.
Did you?
Logan and I go.
He's a gym queen these days. I love that for him.
Not certain I've heard that phrase. I'll have to use that from now on. Logan's got a new nickname.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about all of that stuff and intentionality. And frankly, it all came up because I told him I was nervous to be going. I was like, Logan, I don't know what the heck's going to happen, how this is going to go. And he's a cool dude. He's a nice, calm soul.
Therapist.
Yes, former therapist. And so he just gets it. And it's easy to find like souls.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, wait, that guy's an old soul.
I dig you. I like you.
Yeah, that guy gets it. Or he's in the same season where actually he's got a kid playing soccer as well, so he's busy. So it's just, intentionality
I love
has
that you guys are doing that.
More important.
Yes.
And I guess at the same time, that glares a light on some of the stuff that you don't do well. And it's like, oh, where's my consistency there?
I don't think you should sell yourself short because you have you're very good at when you go into a room, you might not notice this because you're just doing your thing. You have a very, I'm all over the place energy.
Ooh.
Like you don't have to be in a place for someone to be like, oh, Rob must be here in the best of ways.
Thank you.
Not in a scattered way, not in a, I don't know where I'm supposed to be. It's like, oh, we're okay because Rob's here now.
Well,
it's a presence. It's a presence. Even, with my firm, anytime you send a video to talk to me about the insurance that I am signing up for, because you have all of our insurance.
And we appreciate your business.
In every way. The team and I always because they watch the videos. They don't have nothing to do with my car insurance, but we're like, oh,
I know when you watch the videos.
Oh, you do?
That's part of our platform. We get a notice every time somebody watches a video and the percentage of how long they watched it.
The amount of times?
Oh, sure. Yeah. That's okay. Nobody judges. And you're not even top 5. So,
really?
Oh yeah. I mean,
some
so people. The purpose of the purpose of sending a video in insurance is to make sure that we dictate and that we put into some sort of record the kind of coverage that we're offering. But equally as important here, you got to be comfortable with the people you're doing business with. And there's no better way to become more comfortable than looking somebody almost in the eye.
Yeah.
And again, with COVID, it made it even easier. But it is interesting that I had done, so we've done 20, as of yesterday, 2,337 videos total since the time that I signed up for the subscription, which was 2017, back when I was Holtzman Insurance.
I'm shocked, actually.
Actually, it was 2015-ish. It's been, almost 10 years that I've been doing these videos.
I would have expected so much more.
Well, I know. We're just popping them out. It's just, again, so important, but also it was a great business strategy to have that connectedness. Because not only do you have connectedness in, in allowing them to watch it, but then they forward it to their spouse. They forward it to other people for referrals.
Or their whole team.
And their whole team.
My bad.
Right. No,
I didn't know you
that's
could
the
see
idea
that.
behind it.
Okay.
But again, the point is that there aren't many things that we perhaps give ourselves credit for being out in front of.
Yeah.
But it was obvious because, when we started The Insurance Artist, we started it in September of 2020, which was COVID.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Oh, my gosh.
And so there were no conversations happening. It was over the phone or typing out a long email. And there were so many agents, so many different industries that I saw online that were like, what do we do? What system should we use? How does this work? And how does that? I'm like, please, this is old hat. We got this.
You had to pivot and adjust. And I love it. I think it's so intentional to send the video, not only because I sent it to my team and we're like, Rob, you're so nice. But also in a world that, we're in the group B&I group together, which we'll get to. But you or Aaron always start with the rates are what they are. So it's like you're taking this video and you're intentionally saying, we know this is tough, but we're going to walk you through each one. It's a hand-holding thing. Yeah. And I think in an industry where a lot of people feel like, what am I even paying for?
Right.
What does it even mean?
Oh, we're wrapping it now.
Yeah, now I imagine as an artist, you guys do a little like worka worka. Yeah. But it helps bring transparency.
Sure.
And you feel, I'm not going to say it feels great paying for insurance, but it definitely feels better working with someone that explains it in layman's terms. If I didn't get a video from you for my insurance, I sat down and watched Aaron drink a craft beer probably while he explained it.
Insurance sucks.
Yeah.
And right now, insurance sucks even more. Ashley, it's awful. It's awful. I get it.
But I don't feel that way when I watch your videos.
I appreciate that.
At all.
We're in the most difficult insurance market that we have faced in over a quarter of a century and arguably for 50 years. The catastrophic events that are occurring here.
Oh my gosh.
We're not talking about California.
Relentless.
We're not talking about Texas.
Yeah.
We're not talking about the East Coast. Here
it's wild.
Is insane, but also now unfortunately predictable because of climate change.
Yeah.
It is what it is. We are able to, figure these things out. And it really has turned into not a question of if, oh man, am I going to get a new roof if, a new storm, if a storm comes through, or is it going to come before my 15-year-old roof goes bad? Like, I don't think there's going to be such a thing as a 15-year-old roof in 5 years because everybody's going to have a new roof. It's going to be like, how old's your roof? It's never going to be 15 years because everyone will have gotten it. We're seeing a question of not if, but when.
Yeah.
And that means, unfortunately, rates are going to have to continue to go up for the foreseeable future in order for that to be a balance. Now, again, I am not a big insurance carrier fan. I strongly believe in a two-way street there, which isn't the case for some other agents, in that they're like, okay, we're representing you and we do what you say and we don't have to ask questions. Like, I'm like, no. Get a broker. And if we don't like it, the way that a carrier is handling claims or not getting back to us, or we've done this, unfortunately, in the last 3 years, we fired them. We're like, no, you're done. And we'll move our clients somewhere else. Our clients are ours, not our carrier.
And as a consumer, I would never know that. I would never know the customer service or the claims or any of that was like lacking because you guys are at the front.
Well, and that's most of the reason we've decided to take that on. Again, other agencies will just say, okay, hey, there's a 1-800 number and you need to call them if you need an auto ID card or whatever. And they actually pay the carrier to do that for them so they don't have to hire a CSR.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, come on.
Yeah.
How rich are we looking to get here?
Right. This
honestly,
is crazy.
This is like, look, I'd like to make money.
Sure.
I'd like to find success and ensure the future of my children, and
of course,
frankly, be able to give back even more to the community and do fun things in the community, all that stuff. But like, how much of a penny pincher do we have to be so that our clients don't feel like they're taken care of?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Where's the line at?
And I mean, not to pass judgment. Each business model was different.
I do.
A lot of people would say, Rob, you're a schmuck.
I wouldn't say that.
Not only for hiring local people. Shout out to Drew, who is my assistant in the Philippines.
Oh,
he's awesome.
Okay.
Shout out to Drew. Yeah. Shout out to Aaron. Shout out to Tammy. Shout out to Josh. Okay.
That's the
team. Those
you
are the insurance artists.
First?
And I love them. I know. No, I waited best for last.
Okay.
Aaron's awesome.
He's the man.
Well, you just don't find many professionals like him who can relate to everybody, who would just not look like an insurance professional when you first see him. But then you talk to him for 2 minutes and you're like, all right,
I get it.
Talking about like a kind soul.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, this is a good dude.
He's a good one.
So and then Tammy, our chief client service artist, who I refused to hire for 4 years because I just felt like she was just too
too good. You didn't want her to.
No, she's like, I was afraid that she would annoy me because she's so good with all of the HR, the processes. And I'm like, oh,
Tammy, don't be boring.
I don't want to do any of that. All due respect. We've grown to a point where I was able to, and I've not said this publicly I've only said this to, I think, my wife, maybe a couple other people when they ask how Tammy's doing.
Yeah.
And I'll say, Tammy is an answer waiting for a problem. She is just always looking for ways to improve, but then also still understanding the importance of efficiency, getting things through, and
that's awesome.
Making sure the business runs on time. So I just, very, very lucky to have good people
you need
that
a Tammy.
I work with.
You gotta have a Tammy.
Gotta have a Tammy.
It's hard. I get it. I'm not in a sexy business either. And there are a lot of times where I just want to show up and like, but then I have my CFO who is the Tammy. She is the one that's going to get to you straight.
You got to operate. You got to stay in business. Again, not only do you have a families depending on you now, you also have a decent amount of clients that are like, hey, I don't want you to go out of business. Right. So,
let me see what you can do.
Stuff's together.
Yeah. So you started in 2020?
The insurance artist, yes.
At the end of 2020. But our B&I group was at the beginning of the year.
Right.
So you started that when it happened, right?
Oh, yes. We actually started the B&I group in 2019. And, it just takes some time to get up to the certain level.
Yeah.
So we ended up with 24 people in our referrals group, and we did our big shabam, here we go. This is,
we're doing
kicking off, and we're inviting all these people. And there's it was down at the boat club, and there were 70 visitors with us. And it was the day before the world shut down, which was, I think, Friday, March 13th. We met on Thursday, the 12th. I remember that because I was the first president of the group. And so we were going through all of our stuff, and I was trying to keep people engaged. And it was back in the toilet paper thing where toilet paper was oh my God, I don't have enough to wipe my ass.
How am I going to do this?
Am I able to cuss here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I actually just got a couple of rolls of toilet paper from the restroom and was raffling them off. Just trying to
how am I going to make
engaged.
This cool?
So yeah, I mean we've done that. Now at the time I was with another agency.
Oh, okay.
I had sold my agency or merged my agency with Highland Insurance, and worked with them for almost 5 years. About 4 years or so, and then made the decision to come back out on my own. Yeah. Just looking at the process there and how I've matured in insurance. Holtzman Insurance was okay, here we are. I got my name. I'm proud. I've got everything on, marquee, and I'm going to do good because I've come from government. The whole idea is I've got all these trust relationships, because in government, again, you're not giving anyone a transactional thing. Right. I mean, there were people in local government that would call because they've been up all night because they can't sleep because of a pothole. How do you help them? They're like, this is miserable. I can't sleep. So you've got to learn how to understand someone else's problems and the efficiency to get that stuff done. And so, insurance just was there. But the reason it was able to be there was because of Tim Highland, who I then went to work with. Tim is now retired, I believe. And he has a larger operation that helps newer agents get into the industry, and just a wonderful dude.
Yeah.
He's done a lot of stuff on the side as well, just helping people, mentoring people. And
love that.
So yeah, I moved into this role in 2020, and the phone still rings.
Yeah. We're doing okay.
Still, we're still able to make payroll, I guess. So we're,
you're doing good.
I'm very proud. I will say I'm very proud of the agency.
I'm proud of I've known you for a few years now.
Yeah.
And I've seen growth just as a customer and as a networking, person with you in the group. I know how hard it is, or I'm going to guess. I'm not going to say I know. I think one of the hardest things is letting go of some control. But over the past year or so, I have noticed you've gotten busier. And instead of trying to overwhelm yourself and say, well, I'm still going to do all these things, you're like, they've got it. And kind of taken I'm here if you need me, but you've got it stat. And that's really hard. That is
nearly impossible, especially when someone's learning the role and they make mistakes. because you then think,
what have I done?
Yeah, this guy didn't get it, or we're in real trouble here. Or you get a complaint from a client. I had a complaint from a not current client any longer that was just upset. Like 2 weeks into when I had hired Tammy, and he said something along the lines of like, "Oh well, your service has really gone down." And I was like, it's been 2 weeks, man, and I don't think that you talked with her.
Yeah.
So, it can be really tough to trust and to, at the same time, still engage in a thoughtful and productive way.
Yeah.
When you have a sales team and a service team now, and you used to do both of those as the lead, I think a lot of people could say, "Oh, what's he doing all day? Just twiddling thumbs," or
is that what you think people say?
I don't know. I hope they don't say I'm playing solitaire, because I've never played solitaire.
Never?
I don't even know how to play solitaire.
God, I love solitaire on the computer.
Yeah, I've never understood the concept. Honest to God, Ashley, I've never understood the concept of solitaire. And I'm a big card player. I love poker. I grew up Catholic. Like we used to.
Of course, you play cards.
I mean, it was we was in my house when I was 9.
Yeah. So what do you do if you don't play solitaire all the day?
Well, I work.
Do you? What does that look like?
I know, right?
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, it is more of a business development role.
Yes.
Now, it's certainly still a lot of client service. I recognize people are like, well, I signed up with Rob. I'd like to talk to Rob. And look, if I didn't like my clients, I don't know that I would be in this business. Like, I don't mind talking to my clients because, I kind of like them. Like, they're cool enough people. And
I'll talk to them directly.
Good news is I don't have to take on anyone that we don't want to take on.
Oh, that's a good feeling, though.
I mean, I don't. There are just times that you could say, "Hey, we just don't have a good fit. We don't have a great carrier," because you've had conversations with them, and it just doesn't seem like. And again, that's no disrespect to the client. Frankly, it's respectful of the client.
Sometimes it's not a good fit. That's okay.
And I want that client to know, like, if you're looking for that kind of either appetite or service or whatever, like that's not here. Let me get you somewhere else. I mean, that's.
Should I start calling Tammy?
Well, everyone should call Tammy.
Oh, okay. Because I always call you first.
Again, she's wonderful. But again, clients still want to chat, which is fine.
Yeah.
We have a very robust renewals process. Most of the time, you establish the policy with somebody and you don't really ever hear from them again. You get your only know notices.
That because of our BNI group.
Yeah.
I would never, as a client, know that there's a renewal coming up.
Yeah. And I don't think most people do. You just continue to get this stuff in the mail. And then in 2 or 3 years, you complain, "Oh, the radio's caught up. This is ridiculous." Like, I don't know. I think that people deserve different. People deserve more.
Yeah.
And people deserve more transparency, even when it's not easy or it's not shining a positive light on us.
Yeah.
Even when
it's so hard.
People still deserve that. Because it's coming, Ashley, especially now. Look, times are really tough.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I don't want to get into government and things that are happening in our community, but like,
oh my gosh,
people are really struggling. I think people are struggling certainly with inflation. People are certainly struggling with stability. And that drives our markets.
Yep.
It certainly drives our insurance market. And so people were just like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know,
They're just feeling very unsure.
So they just additional communication when people are confused, when people are struggling, over communicate. And so that's what we're doing. We
love that.
Send emails and texts and a phone call, and the email very specifically says, "This is what you paid last year, and this is what you're going to pay this year." And it's spoiler alert, always more.
I'm sure I did get that. I probably was like, well, yeah.
I mean, for heaven's sake.
I mean, of course, look, I'm going to pay more.
It's more. It's more. And we go through the details. We tell them that we've shopped. If, we can provide the details. Hey, here's where this one came in, this one came in, this one came in. They just need to know that. And so that's a pretty robust process. I spent a lot of time on that stuff, which is just, current client stuff.
I know that you were working. People don't people give me the same energy. Let me say that. Because I'm not in client books all day anymore. I was in the beginning. Most of our clients are assigned a point of contact. They're assigned a person and they're told, this is your point of contact. I don't have any assigned clients, but development is such a crucial behind the scenes job that can appear to be twiddling thumbs, solitaire playing. So I do have so much respect for the development side, because especially if you are a social media person. So for me, trying to capture content, look what I did today, is a small piece. I know, it's so cringy even saying that, but like, I'm just a girl. That's what Logan says to me. You're just a girl. But it's a small piece of my day, you know, and it's not my entire calendar. So there's always things going on behind the scenes.
Sure there is.
The growth that you guys have had is so fun to watch as a friend, but also, you know, we know things because we help y'all with your book. So we know things.
Yeah.
And we celebrate you on the team meetings.
Couple questionable transactions here or there, but, you know.
Well, it's nothing that we're
Sometimes
concerned
I appreciate you not asking questions that you don't want answers to.
Sometimes, you know, I have a funny story. Sometimes we ask questions and get the answers and regret asking. So we've had clients in the past that they have asked us, can I write off like my dog expenses? And while I can appreciate that so much, because animals are so expensive and they're dependents, right? The answer is no. And I've had people that had hundreds and hundreds of transactions and so much money that has memo lines like,
I don't know that I want to know this.
Sometimes it's harmless, like getting nails done or getting their hair done or shopping. Other times it's like very specific places, maybe of people that are having a good time.
No reason to be that specific.
And we're like, personal or business is what the way we kind of word it. Personal or business. And it's funny because this particular client highlighted all of these that were in question. She said, all business. We were like, girl, what are you doing?
You go, girl.
But we do
that's
try to.
That's a different industry you should be in.
Yeah. So we definitely try to keep a sense of if that's what you say, that's what you say.
Right.
But I love that you guys are kind of getting in front of anything uncomfortable. So with insurance, for me personally, we've got car insurance, our home insurance, our multiple business insurances at this point. Not one time was I nervous to ask for help because I don't speak insurance at all, but I do speak compliance and wanted to get ahead of it. So when I reached out, it was so simple. It was, hey, I bought this business and I think I need this thing. Very minimal. I don't even know if I called you. I think I sent you
an email. Yeah.
I think I sent an email. Yeah.
Sure.
Bought this place. Here's what we're doing. Not sure what I need. And it was so... I sent the email off my plate, got the video back. I don't think there was a video for that one, actually.
We start with a list of questions.
Yes,
say, hey,
but it was so minimal. It was not...
I think, and then I send the video. We work up a proposal, and then I want to send the details.
It was very easy. Few questions. Some of them I was like, I don't know, dude. I just started. I just work here. I don't know.
Sure.
And then it was within maybe 2 weeks. Super easy. When people think about working with a broker, they think, I can just go online.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to anybody.
Oh, carriers want you to do do please. Carriers like, please go online. All carriers that sell directly to clients, to consumers, or what they call customers.
It's awful.
They want, absolutely. They don't want to do, they don't want me in their business.
Be the person.
The carrier doesn't want me.
Yeah. And it does not make sense. I love shopping. Why would I want to shop for insurance?
Well, and the other thing is that you can go online, you can get a quote, you can then get a final quote, because by the way, the first quote that you get has nothing to do with what's happened in your record. And then you say, okay, I'm ready to go. And they'll say, okay, great. Wait a minute. Here's the new rate. It's like, all right, come on.
Wait, what?
Yeah. And you still go through, but you're buying an intangible product here. You don't know what you're getting. And any commonsensical person would understand, okay, if I do have somebody available and they know how to do it, and they're going to shop the market for me. And I mean, it just,
it
does come down
sense,
to trust.
though.
I get that.
It makes sense. And I don't want to, I'm moving around all the time. I kind of lied. I do leave the house a lot. I don't know why I said that.
Well,
it feels like I'm supposed to say that.
You leave the house for the things you want to leave the house for.
Yes.
I think there's a big difference there.
But I also don't want to spend my time shopping for insurance.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have a guy, nice to have a person.
Mm-hmm.
So with all the growth, you can now look back and see what you've done well, what you're still working on, maybe what sucked and you're still trying to work through it.
Yeah.
What are some of the hardest parts?
Well,
because it's all hard.
Yes.
Really.
I told you earlier, primarily working out of a home office.
Yeah.
And
do you like that?
I do. I mean, the commute is fantastic.
Yeah.
8 seconds, 12 seconds if Georgia gets in the way.
Sweet Georgia.
You know, she's wanting to go downstairs
to
look at the squirrels.
She hangs
and she's at the window. She's looking at the squirrels the whole time.
Yeah.
I love working from home, but the fact that I'm at home and I'm not with my team has, has really become a challenge.
Really?
And it's just because some things come across differently in email and in Teams messages and in text messages, even over a video than they would in person because you don't get the vibe, you don't get the feel.
Body language,
so-and-so's dealing with this, so-and-so's dealing with that. Or, man, he's in a really good mood today. And, there's just the eyeball time.
Yeah.
It's eyeball time. It's so important. And if I've done anything not so well, it is that. It is because you then have to become even more intentional about actually getting together.
Yeah.
And I don't want,
which is
we don't want to leave the house. It defeats the purpose.
Yeah. It's hard.
Being able to be in the zone and you're at the desk.
Yeah.
But you do need to spend that time together.
Yeah.
Again, great team. Love them all. And frankly, there comes a point where you miss them. And you want to hang out with them and do the thing that you do
bonding.
Well, like a Blazing Saddles quote, go do the voodoo that you do so well.
That was good.
That stuff.
I know. Really good.
That was fun.
That was really beautiful.
I hope we keep that part, Chandler.
It'll be on there. Chandler will definitely keep it on there. He'll appreciate that.
So that's a struggle.
Yeah. How do you manage with a virtual team?
Yeah.
Working from home, it's a love-hate. Sometimes I love it. Sometimes I'm like, I just wish I could go out.
Mm-hmm.
It's a love-hate. Managing a virtual team is like a huge thing right now because people are accepting a virtual environment more.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't offer that, people are less likely to go work for you. How do you manage the team? How do you know they're working and not playing solitaire?
Listen, we're not a time-oriented agency.
We're
action-oriented.
Okay.
Period.
Yeah.
Action-oriented agency. When we have a responsibility, whether that be proactive or reactive. Proactive, more sales. Reactive, more service.
Yeah.
When we have those things happening and all the things that are happening within our orbit of policies and procedures, we are working. Those are our action items.
Okay.
If by chance we have some downtime and it's like, 2:00, we shouldn't feel like we have to continue.
Yeah.
Just like, I'm so busy. I've got things to do. Like
Minecraft. Like that. You remember, not Minecraft, Minesweep.
Yeah.
You remember Minesweep?
Yeah. Or just, that automated stuff that you can do to keep yourself on green.
Yeah.
Come on.
Click.
What kind of culture are we building here?
It's awful.
Aaron has priorities in life that, shocker, are not the insurance artist. Tammy, Josh, Drew, we shouldn't. Our priority in life should be building an intentional, positive, and good way of life that also includes work. So if you've got things that are happening outside of work, but during the workday, I want you to be able to take care of those too.
Sure.
You just can't be inflexible. And really, the question then becomes, if the actions aren't being completed, then you have to have those conversations.
I see.
And just say, well, why are they not being completed? Have I just given you too much?
Yeah. Okay.
Is your bandwidth just at capacity and we got to take something away so you can stay focused? Or is it that, you spend 4 days at the spa and, come home and you try that.
That sounds awesome.
I know.
4 days.
You've read the 4-hour work week too often and believe that you shouldn't be working.
Yeah.
Just
a conversation though.
If you're not an artist already,
what are you doing?
Then we're just not the right fit for you.
Yeah. I'm jealous. I wish
you're
I was
not
an
interested
artist.
in being an artist and doing things that have a positive impact on not only your client and not only you because you're getting paid, but also your team.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm just not the right spot for you. We do a fun thing that, one of our cultural values, our statements is celebrating successes, no matter how small.
Yeah.
We celebrate each success.
Love that.
And so when we started the agency, my sister, Christy, worked for us at the time.
Mm-hmm.
She was very, very helpful in allowing us to establish ourselves and allowing me and Aaron to go out and find business.
Do your thing.
Now she's a wonderful teacher at a local school. And she came up with this GIF, this like meme thing that it's like two dudes dancing and it's like, they're just dancing back and forth.
They're rocking out. Yeah.
Yeah. And Christy was like, that's so you and Aaron every time you get a policy. Because we were always like, let's go.
Yeah.
And that has become a thing for us in our WhatsApp, group chat.
Yeah.
We send that meme with the name of the person that we've just been able to bring on as a client. We're celebrating our successes.
Yeah.
And hopefully that brings us more together.
Right.
It helps Tammy and Drew from the service side see what we're doing.
What's actually coming through.
Last time I checked, if you sell something, you got to service it.
Sure.
So for heaven's sake, let's all
communicate about
stay
that.
Connected there. Tammy now knows the potential issues with a new client and, vice versa. So it's just, it's tough to stay connected.
It is. It is. In a virtual world, it's hard to feel like there's a lot of bonding moments. Sure. You can only bond so much over Zoom. So one reason I love our B&I group is we do meet in person.
Yeah.
And these are real people. As a totally virtual firm, I can understand
and
how
you got
tough
people
that is.
Not just in Louisville, right?
They're far out. So most of us are in Indiana, and
which I guess I should have noticed.
You should know
that.
I live in Indiana now.
I didn't. It's like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, when did Ashley move to Indiana?
Actually, that makes sense because it's on the personal side, not on the business side.
I knew you had moved. I just didn't know it was
We've been over
Indiana.
there since
awesome.
March. Yes.
Welcome to the sunny side.
Yeah, actually, we do love it. It's very peaceful.
People wave at me. Not saying that Louisvillians don't wave, but I'd encourage you to wave more.
They wave.
Yes.
Like as
you're driving by, you just kind of wave at people.
Do they do this or like this?
Both. And I do both.
No, you don't.
But
Wrong.
I do. No, I do this, and then I'll do the Forrest Gump.
Yeah, I feel like that's more you. Hey, that's so sweet. I do think there is more waving.
Yes.
It is peaceful. We're out in Memphis, so it's a lot of cornfields and very slower pace. I do have an employee in Missouri, and then I have she's our assistant, Tiffany, and then my sister lives in California.
Mm-hmm.
So we are kind of spread out.
Which makes it even more difficult.
Time zones.
To stay
zones.
No. Yeah.
That's the worst part.
Right.
That is the worst part is trying to, when I was out in California with sister, trying to work 3 hours behind, I always felt like, oh my gosh, everybody's been working so long.
Sure.
And I just, logged on. But trying to build the community online is tough.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we are different because we're all family.
Mm-hmm.
Most of us are family and friends. But when we have brought a new person in that's not, that brings more awareness to what we should work on.
Yeah.
How can we bond?
Yeah.
Should we create a meme? I didn't think about that.
Blast.
But maybe we will.
So
maybe we will.
Yeah.
I love that idea.
Just two dudes. They're like,
just grooving. I would love that. We keep trying to find ways to bring us closer. While we all live in Indiana, we hardly ever see each other.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is something we work on too.
The only advice I could offer is probably not any good, but it just kind of
awesome.
stays on the right. I just
advice away.
Hold your breath. Is to what I have recognized is when I feel like I'm not connected to my team, I look inward. I look at myself and wonder why I'm not at peace enough. That sounds so cheesy. To see them and the good that they're doing. Again, that sounds incredibly cheesy. The point is that like when harmony exists and you really are an artist at, by the way, artists in crafts and business can also be artists in personal lives and what you do and really making it your own. There's no one right way to be a dad. There's no one right way to be anything really. But when you do it well, when you care about it, when you're passionate about it, it's going to come through.
Yeah,
so I always just take a step back because I'm like, wait a minute, there's a reason I hired these people and, get back to that level. And it just shows. You don't have to say that kind of thing. It just shows.
You're right. I didn't like it.
Yeah. Yes. So glad the
it just sounds like a lot of inner work. I don't want to do the inner work, but I don't love that. But it is needed, especially when you're the visionary.
Well, and just so many small businesses out there that I think you feel isolated. And I know we've talked about this in our referrals group, and I again was very selfish when I because everybody's like, it's all about the money. And I'm like, well, can't we make it about something else?
Can we just have fun?
Like the mastermind concept. I think it's really important to put out there, hey, we're not here just to send referrals. We're also here to help each other when our businesses are struggling or when we're struggling with a particular issue.
What mastermind?
That's valuable.
What mastermind idea?
What?
What mastermind idea?
Well, our referrals group is a mastermind as much as it is, I think, a referrals circle.
They don't want to hear about AI, though.
Well, everybody needs to hear about AI, but yes, there's a lot of AI
Did you hear
stuff.
That? At the end, why are we listening to AI?
Oh,
punch!
No, I didn't hear that.
You know I can be scrappy.
Yeah, yikes!
I don't want to be that person.
I think I was talking to somebody on the side.
You were. You probably
I think I sat next to Aaron.
Again, I
made a mistake of sitting next to Aaron yesterday.
I know y'all were.
We get to be
chatty
Cathy's.
Look at that. That's why I had to give you the be quiet look.
You did. You
I did. Shut the. So moving forward, you've already had a lot of growth, and it seems so intentional. I love that Tammy's there. And when you said Tammy, I realized she's been on all the emails. So now I understand who Tammy is.
Yes.
I hate when I get on an episode, anything, and people ask what's next. When you have the kind of business that you're like, I'm just like vibing. I'm just like doing my best. So instead of what's next, how can people find you? How can people work with you? What are the people who do you want to work with? Obviously me.
Obviously.
You have all of our insurance.
Again,
I keep trying to think of different ways. Like, what other insurance should I insure my shoes? Like, I'll let you know. I'll think about it. Yeah. I read about it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, certainly, we're on the web, Insurance Artist and .com and all that stuff. Facebook is always fun.
You have a good online presence.
Oh, thank you.
You do.
When I think
I know you're going to say it's not what I wanted.
Well, it's not. It's not consistent. I'm not consistent. I love being out there doing things, but I don't know. Aaron posted, I think, within the last week, which is always like,
Then we need to talk about the AI stuff so you can schedule it out.
Absolutely.
You guys have
the
good
lack
presence.
of consistency there is really frustrating, but
you can be
we're
found.
there. Absolutely. Yeah. Check us out Facebook and LinkedIn and all of that stuff. And I mean, we're just very, very local. And as to what comes next, certainly we have, business plans and strategies.
Sure.
I would love to take this concept and this model to other communities, and cap it. So most agencies, I don't want to get too deep into this thing, but like, when you start a business, you're like, I'm going to become a king. I'm going to make all millions and millions. Look, certainly, again, everybody wants to be successful and find their stuff. But I've realized in this business, because of what you said earlier, where's Rob? What's Rob doing? Can I talk to Rob? Look, you've got to stay connected to your clients, and your bandwidth is only so much.
Yes.
So you can't just saying, let's keep bringing on clients and we'll have more service people. All you're doing is just offsetting revenue and expenses. And you're also, by the way, not paying attention to everybody as they're going out the back door. So there is absolutely a cap within the Louisville and Southern Indiana market for the insurance artist. And I got to tell you, we're sort of kind of close.
Okay.
Meaning that like, we're just not going to be as intentional about finding new clients because we've recognized we have to stay connected to those clients, renewal process and all of that stuff. Would love to take that concept to other communities, other cities, other regions, and say, look, this is great. But by the way, like if you're looking to make this thing into a $30 million book of business, which would equate to, 5,000 clients, we're not State Farm.
That's not
I love State Farm. I love their commercials.
They're fun.
But I don't love State Farm, but I do love their commercials.
The commercials are fun.
But we're just not it. We're not it. But we can be a huge presence in our community. Yeah. We can make a difference. We can give back. We can support. We can participate. That's the key. In my opinion, so many people say work-life balance. For heaven's sake.
That's non-existent.
It suggests that you turn something off. That you've got to turn it off and focus on something else. Mm-hmm. And if you have to turn it off 40, 50, 60, in Nikki's case this week, 81 hours, whatever it is that she's still, still working.
What are you doing with your life?
If you have to turn it off, maybe you should be thinking, is this the right thing for me? So I wear these shirts with pride. I wear, we have our cool mouse pads and all the other shit necks that a small agency has, but you got to be proud of that.
I've got some swag. It's cool.
Yeah. You have to do that. And that means that there's a bit of a limit.
For sure. I love that.
Reaching out in other communities is probably our next bet.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
That is going to be awesome. You do have some cool commercials too.
Yes, thank you. I've thought about putting them on TV. They're just social media right now, but
they're awesome.
I don't know. Me in a wig, I was sweating like a whore.
Just a whore.
Done. I was, it was awful that day. I was so nervous.
It was so good though.
I was so nervous.
You couldn't see that you're sweating.
I think it was all under the wig.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. You looked very tan, and I remember thinking that you looked like you were very tan.
It was the byproduct of the tanning bed.
Well, it looked good.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm excited.
It was a fun thing to do, and I'd love to continue to do those things. Again, there's a reason that State Farm and Liberty Mutual and Geico do all the fun stuff, and the emu is fabulous, by the way. I think that's one of their best. And it's memorable. Mm-hmm. And so, fine. If it lets us compete with the bigger boys and, the Bob Ross stuff, fine.
It does.
But I did, again, there were several years of like, no.
That's not
I'm not besmirching Bob Ross. He's a good dude. I'm not going to say that I'm trying to.
Oh, no. I love that you're embracing it. It makes sense.
He's too good of a dude to not.
I love that.
He's Yeah. You
awesome.
want to, again, if you don't want to be more like Bob Ross, perhaps watch more Bob Ross.
Honestly, think about yourself.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I appreciate. Is this your first
Are we
podcast?
Done?
We're done. I was about to try to wrap you up.
Oh my gosh.
You survived. I appreciate you coming out.
And, of course. Thank you.
I know you've been nervous.
I'm sorry that it took so long.
It's okay.
Sometimes you just, your discussion with Katie a couple of weeks ago, you guys talked about imposter syndrome and all that stuff. And I mean,
so real. Yeah.
I mean,
it's a real thing. It is.
And it's like, I don't have anything to say.
Yeah.
And I still don't feel like I have much to say, but it is fun to talk about.
You had so much.
I know.
And I had to pass by things that I was like, oh, talk about that.
I was going to say maybe I'll have you on my podcast, but I don't think I could ever do this.
Are you going to have a podcast?
This is really very cool.
Are you going to have a podcast?
I've often thought about it, but again, I've never. I don't watch podcasts. You and Carl. That's it.
That's it.
That's the only things that I've ever really watched. I've just never gotten into them.
Okay.
I like Bill Maher. I've watched a couple, but I'm like, I don't know what's going on there.
That's not surprising, actually. Well, you did great. I appreciate you coming and talking with me for an hour.
Chandler.
You lived. Yes.
Yeah.
You did it.
Hey, thank you.
Yep.
Ashley, you are, you're certainly fabulous at what you do, but you recognize how important it is to be not only just a part of the community, but also lift others up like this. And so, kudos.
It's my passion. I think that when you talked about intentionality, that my mark on the world, on the community, is to talk about other people. Because what we do as a service is everybody needs an accountant.
Yep.
I'm not worried about that going away. But everybody also needs a Rob. Everybody also needs a Logan. So I feel like it's my job to develop business in that way. And so I'll keep doing it.
It's got to feel good too. The more gratitude that you show, the better you feel. Again, I mean, look, there's nothing wrong with being selfish. I think I've talked more about like things that I do with and for other people because of the impact it has on me. But
I mean,
like, it makes me a better person. It makes
you're growing,
else,
you're
like,
maturing, you're learning. And when I grow and mature and learn, it betters other things that I have my hands in. So you have to have some selfishness in business, and I think it's a good thing.
If I could do it all over again, there'd be no wish I would, should have been. Spend more time with my family and friends. If I could do it all over again, I'd wake up early and start